Good evening, everyone, and once again, Happy New Year. This is Rooftop Sports, and here I am for some Sonics basketball. And as you can tell, I feel a lot better than I did in the last 48 hours. Man, if you saw me doing a show in like New Year's Eve, my conditions, I would have sounded exactly like this. That's exactly how I would have sounded. So I'm definitely a lot better, much more energy. And let's get some more content in. And let's get to 1999. Well, they'll be playing the Dallas Mavericks. There we are. Let's get right to it. Well, first, let's get some practices scheduled before we get started. Let's see. Wednesday and Friday. I think I'm going to do some more practices here. I'll do Wednesday the 8th. Have them practice on their scoring. There we go. Then I'll give them a day off on Friday. And I can't schedule practice yet. All right, let's play against Dallas. Yeah. All right, it's going to be the 15-16 Dallas Mavericks against the 9-22 Seattle SuperSonics. And here we are, and we are underway here in Seattle. Here's Jerome James, and gets the first basket in no time. He wastes absolutely no time. Now here's Steve Nash being guarded by Watson. Watson, who came out of nowhere after being a journeyman. Now here's Finley, and the rebound, and here's Trent, and that's going to be rebound to Jerome James over to Rashard. No, it's going to be Watson. Now they have to slow it down. Here's Lewis with a jumper, and that's going to go out of bounds. Rodman with the rebound. Now here's Lewis for three. Jerome James with the rebound, and he gets the dunk. Jerome James has been aggressive already, showcasing his potential. Cedric Ceballos being guarded by Lewis. Lewis, who's been playing very well since that trade. Now here's Trent, and he makes the jumper. Dirk Nowitzki is nowhere to be present today. I wonder if he's injured or if he's not getting the playing time. Now here's Rashard Lewis for three, and he makes it to make it 7-2. Rashard Lewis has been on fire. Scored a career-high 35 points. And here's Steve Nash. You expect him to make that shot every single time. Watson taking it up. Rashard with a jumper and misses. Ever since that trade, though, from Dominique Wilkins to Atlanta, giving Rashard Lewis the starting role, and great defense by Jerome James forcing him out of bounds. Jerome James has every bit of reason to have potential for the future. There's Patterson to Lewis, guarded by Trent. No one's setting screens. Got to make some screens. Make it happen. Here's the pick and roll for James. And the foul. Jerome James makes the unusual basket. And Williams could not believe it. And he makes the free throw. Now rebound Patterson. And here's Watson. And here's Rodman. And he gets the score. Sonics have scored 8 in the paint. Steve Nash is being heavily guarded. He's been making life miserable for Steve Nash. Here's Cedric Ceballos. He draws the foul. There's Rodman. Oh, he makes it. Give him a 9-point lead. Cedric Ceballos is being guarded by Ruben Patterson. He gets around him, and he's fouled. Two free throws done. And Jerome James seems to be open. He was. Lewis is open for 3. No, he will not be making it. Now here's Michael Finley with the dunk. Rashard Lewis is struggling. 1 for 5, 1 for 3 from downtown. Not a good start for him. Here's Rodman being guarded. He uses that banker, but he still can't make it. Now the Sonics are struggling, and Dallas is rowing right back. It's like Dirk is on the bench. Now here's Cedric Ceballos. He makes the layup. Here's Jamie Watson to Jerome James to Lewis for 3. Rodman with the rebound. And he misses. He misses again. Nash with the jumper. Misses. And Jerome James with the rebound. Here's Ruben Patterson. The alley-oop to Rashard Lewis with the dunk. And timeout has been called. That's a way to get it going. But Rashard Lewis is going to have to sit, because he's not been off to a good start. Here's Steve Nash, and he answers it right back. Oh, Jerome James was wide open. Nice vision by Jamie Watson. Jerome James has 9 points. Steve Nash. And then rebound by Watson. He will get those. Patterson wide open for 3. Nope. Jerome James with the rebound. Goes up against Finley. And he's fouled. Rodman misses the free throw. And Nowitzki will get in. Wonder how Nowitzki's doing this season. As he's coming off the bench. Scores only 6 points a game. Give this guy more playing time. Nowitzki with a jumper. Nope. And layup is done. Watson. There's James with the going around, but he can't make it. Here's Dirk with a jumper. Misses 2 in a row. Stevens with the rebound. Here's Rodman for James. And he makes it to make it himself 11 points. He is 5 for 6. He's been dominant today. Here's Dirk being guarded by Watson. Martin for 3, and he makes it. That's what happens when you lose an assignment. Stevens for 3, and James with the rebound. He tried to force it in, and it did not work. Martin for 3 again from downtown. Here's James. And he can't make it again. He got cold all of a sudden. Martin going for 3 in a row. Nope. But Dallas comes back. Oh, put back. Jerome James looks wide open. Stevens going for a long 3. He ties the game. Nowitzki gets the rebound, and he makes it. Gives the Mavericks a 2-point lead. There's James, and he's fouled. Misses the free throw. And he misses again. Oh boy. Dallas is starting to break it open a little bit. Lewis for 3. And now that will almost even things up. And a steal. And now here is Westbrook going for the easy layup, and the Sonics take the lead. And that should get the fans all hyped up, and they are on their feet. Listen to the crowd as they are more than just standing defense. They are screaming their lungs out. And a three-pointer by Strickland, and he makes it, and that will shut up the crowd. Or shut down the crowd. Here's McCoy, and misses. Here's Strickland. Rebound Williams. And Williams makes it. Jerome James sets the pick and gets it to James. And McCoy with the rebound. And he's fouled, and he makes it. Now Jerome James will finally sit, as he missed like 5 in a row. That was not good. Macon is being guarded. Here's Sabalos. McCoy with the rebound. Lewis for 3. And that goes out of bounds. Lewis is trying to force his way into making his shots, but it's just not happening. Double team effort. Nash for 3. Of course he's going to make that. It's Steve freaking Nash. Teron Lue with the long 3. No, and here is McCoy. Gets it to Hamilton. And he is fouled. And he misses the free throw. And he makes it. I think based on how the performances are going, Teron Lue and Shamon Williams, that's going to be questions of what am I going to do with them. Here's Trent. Misses it. And now here's Resprit, who has yet to take a jump shot. Teron Lue is wide open, and he misses. And Steve Nash ran out of bounds. Wasn't paying attention. And then for shooting guard, Ruben Patterson's probably going to be a stay. Resprit, you got to wonder what you're going to do with him. Resprit for 3, and he misses. And Seattle gets the ball again. Dallas is in the hunt, while Seattle is way out of the hunt. Resprit, a long 3. And Michael Finley throws it down. Here's Hamilton. Oh, no, he lost it. I think it's now time to bring back the starters. Here's Sabalos. And he's fouled. And Sonics are losing control of this game. He makes the free throw. Sonics are going to have to play some catch up. And rebound by Lewis. And he throws it away. Sabalos. Oh, makes a long three. Was contested right in his face. Everything is going for Dallas. Here's Patterson. He makes it after being aggressive. Uh-oh. Oh, out of bounds. What was that? That was stupid. Patterson for three. Patterson for three. In and out. Sabalos with the rebound. Another turnover. And Jerome James couldn't even block that. That is not good. Watson trying to make something. He's forcing it. And now here's Rodman with the rebound. And misses. Here's Finley. And Dallas is just absolutely annihilating Seattle. Lewis for three. No one's making anything. Here's Sabalos. Lewis gets the rebound. They got to score something real quickly. And here's Rodman. And he's fouled. Yeah, he misses them both. And here's Watson with the rebound. And there's Jerome James with the layup. All right, let's see how is everyone doing. I got Jerome James, 13 and 6. He's their leader. Probably get him a little bit more touches as if he's already gotten enough touches. Rashard Lewis is probably not going to start in the second half. Rodman, yeah, I can bear with him. McCoy, been a little bit more efficient. Who's the more efficient player? They're saying McCoy is more efficient. Stevens, I'll give Stevens a shot. Resprit's 0 for 2. Patterson's awful. Watson, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Get Williams in there. So I'll probably put Shammond Williams at shooting guard. Shammond Williams and Stevens. I'll give him a shot. And probably should get Jerome James more touches. Oh, blocked by James. And this should lead to something. And here's Stevens. No, he loses it. And that leads to Michael Finley with a dunk. Williams wide open. And that will get the crowd going as he gets the three. Needs something to make something happen. Double team effort. Now here's Cedric Ceballos. Ah, he makes it. And that just quieted the crowd real quickly. Williams for three. Oh, he hits it again. Williams seems to be the guy for good clutch situations. Now they cut it to 9. Here's Rodman on Trent. And he gets the rebound as Watson. Well defended by Rodman. And here's the pass and loses it again. But this time Rodman is back on the transition. And he's fouled. It's going to be Trent with free throws. And he misses it. So it looks like that foul was worth it. Make him earn it. And missed them both. And Rodman gets the rebound. So it was a worth it foul. Williams for 3. Again, 3 3-pointers. And that should get the crowd excited. As they are. Nope, and that is a timeout. Now they cut it to an 8-point lead. They just answer it every single time. Here's Jerome James. Hey, he made Williams just look really stupid. 15 points and 6 rebounds. Here's Nash. He's going to make that every single time. Here's Rodman. Nice pass by Jamie Watson. And a steal by Watson. Oh, and a huge dunk. And that will get the fans really excited. And let's listen to that crowd again. And they're getting after it. And the double team applied on Nash. Now here's Cedric Ceballos with the ball. And now Nash is wide open. And he's fouled, but you got to make him earn it. Of course he's going to make it, though. He makes it again. Back to an 8-point lead. Oh, Jerome James. That was low-key a travel, but he made it anyway. Jerome James with 17 points. Oh, good pass by Rodman. Now here's Williams for 3. No! And James almost got the rebound, but nope. And blocked by Watson. Goaltending. But that was a fun way to start. Oh, James should be wide open, and he makes it. 19 points. Jerome James is on fire. Nowitzki is being heavily guarded and misses, and AC Green gets charged with the foul. Lewis for three, and he makes it. And now the Sonics have closed it to within three. And Tyronn Lue with the foul. Steve Nash has been a dangerous part of this offense. Nash is open. And Patterson with the rebound. Gets it to Lewis. He gets the quick lay-in. He has now 13 points. And now it is a 1-point game. Nash for three. And misses. And this is a chance for Seattle to take the lead. Almost loses it to Patterson. Oh, the dunk and the foul. What an absolute jam. And he will go to the line for a 3-point opportunity. And misses. You just had to spoil it, didn't you? Ruben Patterson, the self-proclaimed Kobe stopper. Here's Finley for three. And Hamilton gets the board. Evans for three. And he makes it. And yeah, Dallas has got to call a timeout for that. Not a good third quarter for Dallas, as the Sonics have outscored them by 17 points. And a steal by Evans. Gets it to Lewis. And the dunk. And now Seattle has a 6-point lead. AC Green with the layup. And Cedric Ceballos. Here's Lewis. Oh, no, a three-pointer. Dallas is now getting back into it. Here's Evans guarded by Nowitzki. And Hamilton gets the rebound and misses. And Evans fouls it. Here's Samaki Walker. And he gets the layup. A nice spin layup. I don't even know if he even did that in his real life. Lewis for 3. Oh! He ties the game. He has now 18 points. Patterson for 3. Here's Evans to Thomas. Lewis for 3. Yeah, I probably should not be doing that. Here's Finley. Oh, blocked by Tyronn Lue. He knocked him down. And what can they do from here? Here's Evans with a fadeaway. He misses. Cedric Ceballos. He just threw it away so fast. They got all their starters back. Why are you doing that? That was Oh, AC Green. He still kept it alive. Free throw is made. Rodman with the rebound, and he makes it. Dennis Rodman just never disappoints when it comes to rebounds. And a steal by Watson. And he gets it. And he should have Lewis get help him. And he got it with the dunk to tie the game. And the fans are up on their feet. They're trying to shake this stadium as much as they can. Trying to overwhelm Steve Nash. Ceballos being defended by Rodman. And now here's Michael Finley posting up. And there's Ceballos with the shot, and he makes it. That just shut everything down right there. Rodman double teamed. Why would you double team that? Oh, Watson, nice moves, and he gets it to the rim to tie the game. And timeout's been called as we are in the fourth quarter. About another minute until I bring out the second unit. But players, I think, are going to stay as starters for next season. I think it's going to be tough. I mean, it's not really a sustainable starting 5, to be honest. But they all have talent. Lewis gets the rebound. And here's Watson. Lewis for 3. And he makes it, giving him a 3-point lead. He now has 23 points. And out of bounds, Mavericks ball. I think Watson has a possibility to stay, but with the point guard pool, I think he might be coming off the bench. Here's Nash, and he makes it. And who is after? Then shooting guard, Ruben Patterson. I expect that to change eventually. Here's Rodman, and he makes it. Rodman now has 10 points with 4 minutes left in this quarter. Here's Nash. He makes it. Rashard Lewis, you expect him to stay as starter. Now here's Watson. And he's fouled. And makes the free throw. Rodman is probably going to be one to stay. And then for center, Jerome James, I expect him to stay as starter. Rodman with another rebound. Here's Lewis. He misses. Sabalos, get him some more touches. And Williams gets the dunk. Here's Watson. Misses. Now here's Lewis. And he makes it right off the rebound. Lewis with 25 points. Followed by Jerome James's 19. Here's Finley. And he makes it. Watson for 3. Why would you do that? That's exactly what Dallas wanted him to do. And now they're going to bring in their second unit just to give him a breather. And then they'll bring some of their starters back. Oh, boy. Throws it to Respert for 3. And Hamilton with the rebound. Oh, he's blocked. Here comes Dallas. What do they got? Here's Finley for 3. No, he misses. But Trent gets it. In about 21 seconds, they're going to probably bring some of the starters back. Here's Williams. And the foul. But he misses the free throw. Here's Cedric Sabalos. And he will he'll actually give the Sonics, give Dallas the lead. To Rodman. Oh, he throws it down with authority. And timeout by Dallas. There's Nash. And Williams gets the rebound and scores. Sonics have better slow this down. Rodman sets the screen. Off the pick and roll. No, and a steal. Who's got Nash? He misses it completely. And here's Lewis. And he makes it, giving the Sonics the lead. 27 points for Rashard Lewis. He's an absolute scoring machine. Here's Williams being guarded. Here's Nash. And he misses again. I think they're going to try to hold it. Lewis for three. Oh my goodness. He just gave the Sonics a 4-point lead. Possible dagger right there. And now they just want to set the trap on everyone. Here's Trent. And he makes the jumper. And throws it to Rodman. And where's the foul? Yeah, exactly. That's what happens. You're just not paying attention, are you? Shoot the shot. There you go. Now it's just a 1-point lead. What are you going to do after that? Yep, yeah, you got a foul. And here's Resprit. Makes the free throw. And he misses. Are you going to call a timeout? Stupid. That's the stupidest. How many timeouts they had? Dallas had no timeouts. That is stupid. That's just sad. Yeah, Jerome James is definitely player of the game. Yeah, he made some and ones, made some amazing dunks, some amazing layups, played great defense. Jerome James really wasn't disappointing at all. Rashard Lewis with 30 points. So Jerome James had 21, 7 rebounds, and a block on 10 of 14. While Dallas was just complete ass. They didn't even give Dirk Nowitzki enough time. It's pathetic. It's bad. It's not helping me. Try to get the number 1 pick. Like, let's look at where they're at on the standings. Power rankings. Well, Sonics are still have the second best odds to win the NBA draft lottery, but it's just going to keep adding up if you keep winning these games. They do have the second best chance to win the draft lottery. So I don't know. We'll see. Let's look at some stats. Rashard Lewis is now up to 11 points a game. He's a 43% three-point shooter. He has started in 8 games. I wonder if I can find stats on games that he has started. Yeah, I can't really. Oh, here it is. I should be able to. I mean, look at the data right over here. Ever since around here, around, I would say, around this time was when he started getting his starting job, and he just absolutely exploded. Got a little bit streaky sometimes, but yeah, ever since 1999 or after Christmas, he's been playing very well. Oh boy. Doesn't give me stats for games played though, or games started. Rodman has been amazing. Here's Jerome James. Where is he at? Blocks, he's very streaky, but yeah, he gets them. His season high is 4. He's only gotten double-digit rebounds once. Rodman, he hasn't been getting a lot of blocks since. He's got 5 blocks as a season high. Well, let's give him a check and see where people are at. Well, yeah, he's a starter. He could be a star. Let's see. Sean Resper, everything is going, keep up with the minutes, and we're all happy. James just told me the other day he's never been any happier playing basketball at any level. Yeah, he's very happy, as he should be. Um, yeah, Ruben Patterson. Yeah, he should be happy. He's a starting role. He's a bench warmer. That's why. I'll give you role player. Yeah, I mean Jamie Watson. I can't really change that. Uh Looks like Shammond Williams could be a trade piece. It's like they're demanding a trade out of him. Teron Lue is fine. Thomas Hamilton thinks he should get more playing time. Yeah, he's Brian Evans. Well, life is full of disappointments. I guess he won't be re-signing with this team after. Jelani McCoy likes his job. Drew Barry wants to be traded. You know what? That's fair. He wants to be traded because he really doesn't have a role. I don't blame him for it. All right, Drew Barry, I'll get you out of here. I'll get you the heck out of here. But what can these other fools get me in a trade? Yeah, there's offers. Yeah, like I'm gonna do that. Adam Keefe, not taking on that contract. Oliver Miller, and that's definitely not his face. That looks like Timofey Mozgov. Chris Dudley, not to take on that contract. No, I'm not. I don't want Rick Fox. No. No. Man. They always just want swaps. Gerald Brown has no potential. Doug Overton, but I would be eating up just a little bit more money, though, just to take him. Ugh. I get a second round pick out of the Sixers, and I think that's more of a middle second round pick. Next year is going to be a year of a lot of rookies, I can tell you that. Yeah, but I already have an expiring contract, so what's the point? Corlone Moore or Corlone Young? Wait, what? No, go away. Ah, stop it. All right, what do we got? All right, the Pistons want to make a deal. They'll give me a second round pick as if I gave them one. He's 6'7". 6'7". Doesn't get a lot of playing time. What kind of a player is he? He has no scoring, has absolutely no defense. I'll just take his cheaper contract. Probably not going to get you much, though, to be honest. Well, that's that. Looks like next game will be at Minnesota. I will be back on, it says I'm to be projected to be back on January 4th. And on January 4th, I should be back to do a Sonics game at around sometime in the evening. I'll keep you guys updated on that. Until then, thank you very much. And everyone, have a good night and go Sonics.